the record deal there. Jodoff couldn't keep himself. He couldn't keep quiet about it. We was doing a gig in probably like London, and literally as we got in the van from Tom, so we'd all like. I think Tom was always the last person to be picked up.
Drag him out from under that bed.
We play it. We was in the back of the van, and then Jodoff couldn't keep his mouth shut. He's like, right, this has happened, and then we had to sit in a van, like the band in a van.
I can't remember.
We were literally 2 foot apart, feet in each other's faces, and all that. Just found out we'd got at that point was a 6-album deal, major deal. Why you couldn't have waited until we
getting Jodoff.
Jodoff. I love Jodoff. I still get Jodoff. I love him.
Legend.
But I don't remember. I remember the day we got the money.
We got the money. All right,
so can we do? Right, can we do the day we got the money?
The day we got the money, we was leaving Newcastle. We played Newcastle. I think we played an absolutely amazing gig. Was it the Northumberland Academy, or it was the one that was on the upstairs? And it was an insane gig.
Clooney. Was it Clooney? Isn't it?
Was it one of the Clooney gigs?
Can't remember.
But the day after, it was in the morning, wasn't it? We were literally driving to Edinburgh. To play with Eastern Lane, because that was the tour that we were supporting.
Yeah.
That was the Rough Trade band that was going to be the New Strokes that never became anything.
Was it called Bongo Club? Where was that?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was the Bongo Club.
So we was off to support Eastern Lane, who were a really good band, but they're also a Rough Trade band who had signed for fuck all, and we marched in there. Just having signed the 6-album deal and given quite a good advance, and decided that we was going to award ourselves.
Hey, let's be honest. More money than we've ever fucking
ever had.
When you break it down, lads, it was pretty much fuck all, because we all had jobs.
That day,
but on the day when it was like, we've got the money, right? What do we do? Pull the van off the not the motorway, like the A road or whatever, so we could pull over and stock it up with booze, because we knew that we didn't have to rely on our PDs for a fucking weeks.
I do remember walking around Newcastle city centre, going into Foot Locker and getting a pair of white Chuck Taylor Converse. Bright white. Never bought bright white trainers in my life. Would have think I'm Puff Daddy.
You do now, dickhead. After management, lawyers, record label, you have approximately $3,000 to spend, mate, for the next 2 years. Enjoy yourself.
Let's do it all in tonight.
But
we
did enjoy ourselves, and then from that day. Yeah, so
we got arrested that night.
Move the story on, right? So, right, that night we went and played what was immediate, because Edinburgh is not the die-hard capital of indie music by any means. We went to.
Someone said. Anyway, sorry.
Well, some might want to go there for a little holiday in the future, but really, I mean, if you're going to go see indie bands, you go to Glasgow.
You got Glasgow.
Edinburgh is a bit. We played a good gig, but it wasn't like a sellout or anything at this Bongo Club. We'd walked up, what's it called, like Arthur's Seat during the day, like the big hill in Edinburgh.
Oh, of course,
I definitely didn't walk up that. I think I got about 20 foot up it and went, fuck.
I walked up that in my taped up shoes, went up there. Right, so the day was, we're in a van, found out we've got half of an advance in our bank account, make the van pull over, buy a shitload of booze, get back in the van, go play a gig. It was a good gig, but it wasn't like, you've set the world on fire. Then did we not go to a strip club?
We got to a strip club, didn't we?
Yeah. No. Let's be specific where we went to. We went to the three strip clubs in Edinburgh called the Pubic Triangle.
Yeah, that was it.
So we went to the Pubic Triangle. We're all allowed a small cash advance, so that we're allowed like a dance or whatever. My personal experience of that was, you guys were all running around like spraying champagne and that. I didn't get a dance all night because it wasn't really my thing. And then you all kind of grabbed me and was like, "Nah, get in there with this girl." And I sat down. absolutely stunning girl, like 19 years old, like rubbing herself on me, this and that. Right?
Edit this out.
Right.
This is wrong.
Right. I was fine with that, but I was sat there like, it was like there was like curtains on each like kind of booth, but they were all open, so I could see like loads of like fat Scottish businessmen all getting dances, this and the other. I was in there for about half an hour. When I walked out with the girl who was doing my lap dance, I'd convinced her to go to college. she came and sat down with me to have a bottle of champagne. And we won't talk about getting off our heads, which we did, but then we all went back to the hotel room, and it was our most successful day, like not gig wise, but like financially as a band. It was a day when we knew if someone says I'm going to pay you, fair enough. When you do get paid, you're like, fuck, right? We got paid today. What a great day! And the end of the night ended up with us all in a room. I can't quite remember why we were arguing, but Lloyd decided that he wanted to kill me. Now, if Lloyd does want to kill me, he could, but his version of killing me was he won't punch me, which was also fair. I appreciate all this, Lloyd, by the way. But Lloyd was like, right, I hate you, mate. And Lloyd was bouncing my head off the bed, right? And we're all, I don't know if all of us were in the same room, but I think Tom might have been in a different room, might have been in a room with like Lloyd and Grant. Grant's going, well, this is a fight with fannies, so I'm not getting involved. Lloyd's bouncing me off the bed.
I was in a different room at this point.
Yeah, well, Coppers turned up at mine and Lloyd's room, knocking on the door. And I opened the door and I was like, hello. And like, you've got a noise complaint. We're going to arrest you if you carry on. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, thank you, pigs. Right, go fuck yourself. And they're like, right. They didn't say that very well, but I closed the door. Or I thought I closed the door. And I went in and I turned around to Lloyd like a haggard, like beaten housewife. And I was like, well, Lloyd, aren't you pleased with yourself? You want to fill me in, and now the police are here, and now they're going to arrest us if you carry on. And you was like, no, fuck you. Then you carried on bouncing me off the bed. He won't bounce. He was sat on my back doing it though, like riding like a
Right.
The police came marching in en masse and were like, "You're under arrest." We're like, "You're under arrest." And Lloyd was like, "Right, okay, right, we're all gonna go." Pick me and Lloyd up. Tom came out, going, "What the fuck's going on?" And they were like, "Oh, we're arresting you."
I think I was in the same room as you.
You said
I was in the room.
So you was like trying to calm the coppers down or whatever. Tom said, if you're taking them, you're taking me. And they were like, oh no, we're not. We won't take you. And you was like, no, you will take me. You fucking pig cunt. You just said whatever you needed to say to get arrested, which you did. The guy who had me in handcuffs marched me to the top of the stairs. Like we were all spaced out.
Man, I was stood behind you at this point. This is
right.
mad.
So this like green copper was marching me up to the top of the stairs. I was like, look, mate, we would have been quiet. We're just having like a domestic. Like you could just like let us off. And he was like, no, I'm not letting you off, mate. And I was like, well, I'm not letting you off. And he had me in handcuffs behind my back. So I chucked myself down 2 flights of stairs. Hit my head on the bottom step, like burst out, like bleeding. And then when the next copper came bringing Tom through, because Tom was the last one who just came out by dedication to the cause, Tom was led to the top of the stairs. I was laid at the bottom going, "He's just thrown me down the stairs! He's thrown me down the stairs!" This copper's shitting his pants. They put us all in the back of the van. No worries. Me and Tom were sat in the back of the van. Both with handcuffs behind our backs, and Tom had his bag on, and then he's like, "Right, well, I guess we're being arrested." I was like, "Yeah, we're both being arrested. Fair enough." And then Tommy, being wiry, just put the handcuffs round the back, down his back, around his legs, went in his bag, pulled out 20 Lambert and a bottle of Jack Daniels. And there is absolutely zero exaggeration in this.
Do you know,
when the coppers pulled up and opened the door, me and Thomas sat there, both with the fag on, sharing a bottle of Jack Daniels.
I was there. I got arrested as well.
Was you in the van though? Was you in our van?
I might not have been in your van.
Well, no, because you two were both having the domestic.
Yeah, they probably separated me and you.
Yeah, that's true, Lloyd. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do need.
It's the most cliche day you could possibly have, but it's a mad thing because people go, "Oh, did the money affect you? Did how was the rock and roll lifestyle on the day? Literally within 12 hours of money dropping into our account.
We've been through every single cliche possible.
It was like watching I don't know, like Straight Outta Compton on Fast Forward. Like, I'm surprised one of us didn't die of AIDS by that point, just because it would have been like a token gesture for how music and bands can go downhill. But we had strippers, we had something else. We had a gig. We got arrested.
I had a pair of white trainers.
White trainers.
I do maintain this, right? Do you know when you talk about him raving your head on the bed like that? All I can ever see is, do you know the bit in Ace Ventura 2 where he's getting beaten up in the village and he's getting his head between the two drums?
I know, it was so like Lloyd was going at me because he wanted to be violent and hurt me, but we was just on a bed and he was like, "Well, I'm not really going to hurt you." I was just literally bouncing my head off the bed, like real. I was just like, I was going, "Is that? Are you happy now? Is it all right? Are you okay?"
Hey, Harry, that wasn't the only time I did similar stuff. We've had a couple of scraps, me and Marv.
We've all had a couple of scraps. We aren't
going to do the scraps, sir, because it's...
Don't go scraps. Comedy scraps only tonight.
Yeah,
right.
comedy scraps. But pretty much Marv's was always comedy scraps. Do you remember when we broke... Did I break the guitar on you, or did you break the guitar on me?
I broke the guitar. Baggett's guitar.
Yeah. Baggett's guitar in Reading.
In Reading, it was.